Hey everybody, how you doing? Shane here from the Brookings Home Team, powered by Century 21. It's been a hot minute since we've done this, and it's not the Monday Mortgage Minute video that we've done in the past, but I got Justin Froiland from Guaranteed Rate joining me today, and I reached out to him just to say, Justin, let's talk a little bit about a 2-1 buy down and how that can actually benefit not only the buyer but the seller in the market today here. So, Justin, thanks again for joining me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Shane. When you called the other day, I thought this would be a great topic of conversation with the interest rates being a little bit higher than we like to see them, and then we have the last couple of years. And so yeah, I just wanted to spend a couple minutes talking about the 2-1 buy down and kind of what that looks like from the buyer's perspective as well as the seller's perspective. We were just talking the other day how I think I've probably had more conversations about this with clients of mine that were working on selling their house to buy the new one, and maybe it didn't sell quite as quickly as they'd liked it to. And so we talked a little bit about offering a 2-1 buy down, and essentially what that is it's typically a seller funded option that you can choose. So it's money that comes out of the seller's pockets, and most of the time the buyer's not paying for this. But what it allows is it allows you to get into the mortgage for a little bit lower introductory rate for the first year and 2 years of the loan. And so let's just say, for example, the market rate's at 7.5% before you have to pay for any points. That 2-1 buy down would entail the buyer's interest rate for the first year of the loan being 5.5%, and then the second year of the loan it goes up to 6.5%, and then years 3 and so forth it would be at the fully indexed amount at the 7.5%. Now, a couple aspects to look at with that. We do expect interest rates to come down in the relative near future, and so one option that buyers can use when looking at this program is using it with the intentions on refinancing that loan within a certain period of time, to where you can refinance that loan into your standard 30-year fixed interest rate. And so, but it's a way to allow that buyer to get in on that price point of house they want to be in with not having those payments quite so high. And then from a seller's perspective, it's another way to help market that loan or market that house you're selling rather than lowering the purchase price on that property. And so generally speaking, the cost of that is going to change. Generally speaking, we can look at maybe roughly 2% of what that purchase price is roughly what that's going to cost. And so now that's changing as interest rates are changing on a daily basis. So you're always going to want to check with your lender as far as what that cost looks like. Of course, got to get my disclaimer in there, but that's kind of how that process works and what that entails. Does that make sense, Shane, as far as how that works?
Yeah, I think so. So as far as the consumer is concerned, like you said, if they're looking at, for example, a $300,000 house and you're at 7.5%, if that seller, if that house maybe has been sitting for a little bit and the seller's thinking about reducing $10,000, rather
Mm-hmm.
than doing that, if if they offer this 2-1 buy down, it potentially could cost them, like you said, maybe 2%, which is $6,000
Yep.
to offer to this potential buyer. Say for we'll do a 2-1 buy down, and in the seller's mind, they're thinking, maybe about a $6,000 cost to them versus a $10,000 drop.
Correct.
Then that buyer then can come in and is it a 2% drop? Is that what it is? And then for the first year?
Initially, yep. If it's structured as a 2-1 buy down, there's 3-1 buy downs. There's some different terms, I guess you can go with that. But yes, if you're doing the 2-1 buy down, it would be 2% lower than what your normal market rate would be at that time.
Okay, and so then the first year would be at, say, 5.5%, like you said. Then the
Yep.
second year would be 6.5%.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, and then as you mentioned, then too, the hopes would be that maybe after those 2 years, we're going to be at a 6.5 or lower percent then, and they could refinance and then lock that in for 30 years or 15 or whatever they wanted to do.
Correct. Yep. Exactly right. And the other nice thing with that is that money, like in a traditional buy down, where the buyer is just spending X amount extra at closing to secure a lower rate for the whole course of the loan. Unlike that scenario in this 2-1 buy down option, let's just say a year into that loan, those rates come back in line to where, hey, we want to refinance this at that time. Well, the rest of that money is not left on the table. That money kind of sits in like a savings account, if you will, to help subsidize that monthly payment throughout the course of those first 2 years of the loan. And so if you refinance 12 months into it, you've got a pool of money that's sitting right there that can go to reduce your principal balance that you're refinancing on your new refinance loan. And so it's not money that gets lost and is up in thin air. It's if you refinance in that first 2 years, you can still take advantage of that other money.
Yeah, perfect. And of course, if the seller is providing that, it's not going to come out of the buyer's pocket up front.
Correct. Exactly.
So
exactly.
But if a buyer wanted to participate, then it's just reverse. It's going to be maybe roughly 6 or 2% of whatever that purchase price is to get them down.
Correct.
So
correct.
Okay. No, this gets us a starting point. This is exactly what I wanted to do. And of course, with technology, you're cutting out video wise. We could still understand you perfectly, but the best thing to do, of course, is get a hold of Justin and get an exact numbers, get exactly what you're looking for, and hear it directly from them. This video was more as a thing to make you aware of what's available as a buyer and as a seller because of the market conditions now and some of the challenges that we might be looking at. So get in, talk with Justin. How can they get a hold of you if they want to touch base with you and get more information?
Yeah, definitely. The best way to get a hold of me is on my cell phone. I have that on me at all times, 605-695-1429. That's going to be the best way to get a hold of me.
And I'll try to put that in the post, depending on where you're seeing this, if it's Facebook or Instagram, wherever I can put the phone number, I'll put that in there so they can get a hold of you. Of course, get a hold of me here at the Brookings Home Team or any of our team members. We'll be happy to connect you with him as well and make that connection if need be. So, yeah, anything else on that there, sir?
No, I think that pretty much covers it. But I'm open to you can use that cell phone number to call, text, whatever works, and hope to hear from someone.
Sounds good. Thanks again, Justin, for taking some time out here. Get back to your sick kiddo there, and it just shows he's willing to work basically anything here to help anybody out. So sick kid and all, whether you're at home or at the office, Justin will help you out. So thanks again for jumping on and doing this, and appreciate it. So have a great Thanksgiving. If I don't see you before then, and we'll be in touch.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot, Shane. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys, and let us know if we can help. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.